I've always been terrible at handwriting, not because I've tried to get better at it and failed, but because I never really cared about being good at handwriting, and honestly, being bad at writing kind of became my identity. I can read my own writing for the most part, and if people ever need to read the things that I write, I always just put it on a computer, so I just never really saw the purpose in getting good at handwriting. But recently I got a bunch of suggestions from you guys to learn calligraphy, did some research, and honestly, I think it's pretty dang interesting. Calligraphy is the art of making pretty letters by recreating and developing fonts. The Romans are credited with inventing it in 600 BC, and throughout the ages it has been used by monks, legendary designers, and Pinterest girls to make their fonts look nice. We develop our own fonts throughout life. What your handwriting is like technically a font. But we rarely, if ever, try to recreate a font that someone else has designed. How difficult is this? Is it going to be fun, annoying? Do I become Steve Jobs? To find out, I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks practicing calligraphy for about an hour a day and seeing if it has any impact on my life whatsoever outside of being able to write super cool cards to friends and family for their Christmas and birthdays, which honestly is like a pretty awesome skill in itself. Maybe that should just be the entire focus of this intro. Too late. Okay, so today is the first day of calligraphy practice. I've made some notes. This looks like a Harry Potter wand. Cool. So this looks like the broad pointed nib. So we're gonna start out with that and see how that goes. Let's try loading a pen and writing with it. I mean, it looks like a straight line. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really enjoyable skill though. Like already I can feel myself really enjoying this process. Okay, I've been practicing for about 2 hours now, and honestly, I've enjoyed like most of those 2 hours. There's something really satisfying about doing the same simple task over and over and over again and trying to improve at that task. Today I'm going to be writing panagrams, and for people who don't know, a panagram is a sentence that contains every letter of the alphabet. The one I came up with was learning stuff with YouTube, quick fox over fox plane? I can't even read my own writing. This is why I need to learn calligraphy. I can't even read that. Alright, it's day 4 of calligraphy practice. I think I've improved significantly since I've started. And it's actually a thing that I have come to look forward and enjoy. I know it's only been 3 days. Okay, something really cool about calligraphy that I did not expect is that since I have been basically trying to recreate one specific font this whole time, I've started paying a lot more attention to just fonts around me. So I thought what would be interesting, because I was kind of feeling a little bit bored yesterday, I thought it would be cool to go around the house and find a whole bunch of different fonts and try and recreate them. this font, all capital letters, which is interesting. I think actually all of these thus far have been all capital letters. Yeah, I think that this font is the closest to what I've been working on. It's like nice and thick and like really clean. I feel really good about these. I really enjoyed calligraphy practice today, and I think a big part of it is because I allowed myself to be creative and have fun with what I was doing. I find that a lot of times when I'm learning new skills or doing something that's like a hobby, I can get frustrated while doing it, which I think goes completely against the whole idea of learning new skills. So I just only have 4 days left, and I really want to try something different. That's pretty great. I feel good about how those turned out. Okay, I just spilled like almost the last remaining black ink, which is like super annoying. It's day 13, we're almost done. So I want to use the Black India ink for the final piece that I make for this skill. So rest of tonight, I'm just gonna practice with some of the colored ink. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Today is day 14, the final day of calligraphy practice, and these are the main takeaways that I've had during the past few weeks while learning the skill. So one of the first things that I noticed, and it kind of stuck with me throughout the whole process of learning this, is that calligraphy is like basically just painting with like a piece of metal, which might sound weird to you, but to me I think it's really interesting and something I never thought of before. My second main takeaway with this skill is that it's actually very relaxing, but it was really only relaxing for me when I gave myself enough time to work on it. And the last thing that started to develop with this skill, probably like 7 or 8 days in, is awareness. Awareness of the different fonts that are everywhere and how they're designed, the amount of capital letters they use, and I just started to pay more attention to the kerning. Even like Gmail fonts started to look interesting, and that's probably my favorite takeaway from this whole thing, is that I've started to look at text and fonts and everything in a totally different way. As far as difficulty, I don't know if I really had any expectations around how difficult this skill was going to be, but from when I started to where I got, I am surprised that I was able to get as good as I did. Day 1, day 14, that's pretty legit. Like, come on. Also, oh my god, drawing the lines is so important, and it is so difficult getting spacing figured out, being able to just like drag and drop stuff in Photoshop. I appreciate it so much more now. And spell check, like, I just realized I spelled 14 wrong. No! Oh my god, that is so bad. So if you do decide to do this skill and you give it a shot, send me some pics over on Instagram, comment below, let me know how it goes, and I look forward to seeing the kind of stuff you guys make. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh, dang. That looks so good.